on our top 5 from the big 5. That in the EPL, Leicester will be taking on Arsenal. Leicester did not take on Arsenal because last weekend was FA Cup weekend in the English League. Yes, English leagues were not played in the top flight because of FA Cup games. And we're kicking off today from the top 5, from the big 5 from last week. We saw Serie A games played. Empoli took on AC Milan. We said AC Milan should be able to get one over Empoli. AC Milan defeating Empoli by 2-0. We went with the safe option of 2, draw no bets. Yes, 2 because AC Milan was away. AC Milan, yes, their new striker Santiago Jimenez got the second goal in that encounter, and their mercurial playmaker Rafael Leao scored the opener. Yeah, in the La Liga, Real Madrid came from behind to pull off a 1-1 draw with Atletico Madrid. Yes, Alvarez, remember Alvarez who played for Man City. Alvarez got a penalty in the first half and went with the Pinanca. Yes, sending Thibaut Courtois to get some groceries whilst he found the net. And yes, Kylian Mbappe can't stop scoring. The man found the equalizer in that encounter. We went with over 1 in that game, and yes, the game ended 1-1, so more than 1 goal was scored. In League 1, PSG took on Monaco. We went with the safe bets, 1 draw no bet. We did say PSG was going to defeat Monaco, but we were on the safe side because PSG had a Champions League game against Brest to navigate. And in the Bundesliga, we said Dortmund Stuttgart was going to end over 1 goal being scored, and yes, the game ended 1-2 in favor of Stuttgart. More than 1 goal was scored in that one, actually 3 to be precise. And that was how it was last weekend in the top European leagues. And now we're kicking off this week. Yes, you know what time it is. It is Sports 360. We want to welcome you. The name is Mark Osifo. Go to our comment section. Please drop us a comment, press the like button, and remember to always share. And we're kicking off with the NBA. Yes, this week is, as you know, it's All-Star Weekend. Yes, All-Star Weekend. We're going to see the Rising Stars Challenge, 3 points challenge. We're going to see the dunk contest. But the major one, yes, the big one is the All-Star game where East takes on West. The All-Star Eastern Conference starting 5 is Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks, Donovan Mitchell from the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jason Tatum from defending NBA champions Boston Celtics, Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks. Remember, Giannis Antetokounmpo was in that team, but due to injury, Trae Young had to replace him. Karl Anthony Towns from New York Knicks and makes up the rear, and the coach of the Eastern Conference is Kenny Atkinson from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from OKC is in the Western Conference team. Starting 5, Stephen Curry from Golden State Warriors is second on the team sheets. We have LeBron James from the LA Lakers, Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns, and coaching them will be Mark Bugnot. I hope I got that name correctly. He is from OKC Thunders, Oklahoma City Thunders. Yes, the MVP of the All-Star game will be going on with the NBA Kobe Bryant All-Star Game MVP award. Yes, that award was so named after the tragic passing of the Mamba himself, Kobe Bryant. And past winners, let's see if we can take a rundown of 10 past winners of the MVP award from the All-Star Games. In 2014, Kyrie Irving, who currently plays for the Dallas Mavericks, was MVP. 2015, Russell Westbrook, who plays for the Denver Nuggets, currently won MVP. In 2016, Westbrook retained that crown. Anthony Davis from the Dallas Mavericks, yes, he just got traded to the Dallas Mavericks, was MVP in 2017. LeBron James, who currently plays with the LA Lakers, was MVP in 2018. In 2019, Kevin Durant, who currently plays for the Phoenix Suns, won MVP in 2020. Kawhi Leonard was named MVP. And in 2021, Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks was named MVP. In 2022, it was a turn for Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. 2023 saw Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics winning MVP. and 2024 All-Star Game saw Damian Lillard winning the MVP award. Yes, Lillard is the current MVP of the All-Star Games. Yes, and we're moving over to Super Bowl 59. Yes, remember Super Bowl 59 was played last weekend, and to everyone's surprise, defending champions Kansas City Chiefs could not defend their crown. They were blown away by Philadelphia Eagles 40 points to 22. Yes, 40 goals 22. Super Bowl 59 threw up a big surprise because Kansas Chiefs were 2 times defending champions and everybody expected them to repeat Super Bowl 57 where they defeated Kansas City Chiefs, and we all thought it was going to be a remake of that Super Bowl 57, but it wasn't to be. Philadelphia Eagles had done their homework and they took on the Kansas City Chiefs with all confidence and defeated them hands down. The Eagles have just won their second Super Bowl title. The last one, the Super Bowl 7 years ago. Yes, we're talking Super Bowl 52, and thus stopping Kansas City Chiefs from making the three-peat. Yes, the three-peat is winning 3 times back to back. Yes, it didn't happen. Philadelphia's Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts was named the Super Bowl most valuable player. Yes, he was called the MVP. Congratulations to Jalen Hurts and Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, we'll be wondering what a quarterback is. The quarterback in the NFL is, in football terms, like the playmaker. He calls plays. Yes, he makes plays. He calls it. Congratulations to Jalen Hurts for deservedly winning the MVP Super Bowl 59. And as it's been on all the sports for Sports 360, we're moving over to the world of football. And going straight to the world of football, we saw Champions League games being played midweek. Yes, the Champions League playoff games were played, first leg games that is. And we saw Brest taking on compatriots PSG. PSG were away to Brest and they annihilated Brest by 3 goals to 0. Juventus took on PSV. PSV are Eindhoven from the Netherlands and defeated PSV 2 goals to 1. Man City were at home at the Etihad and they took on almighty 15-time Champions League winners Real Madrid. Real Madrid came to the Etihad and were a goal down, but came back fighting, got another deficit, but still with the Mamba mentality. Yes, popular influencer on X, we're talking Nigerian influencer on X, Wizarab called Real Madrid Mamba mentality. Yes, you remember Kobe Bryant was referred to as the Mamba himself, and I think this actually depicts who Real Madrid are when it comes to the Champions League. Yes, Real Madrid defeating Man City at the Etihad by 3 goals to 2. Sporting CP were at home in Lisbon, but they fell to Borussia Dortmund from the Bundesliga 3 goals to 0. I want to believe that tie is soon and wrapped up. Club Brugge defeating Atlanta by 2 goals to 1. The penalty that gave Club Brugge the victory at the death was very controversial. Lots of us say it wasn't a pen, but then again, who knows? Yes, Club Brugge defeated Atlanta by 2 goals to 1. Yes, Monaco were at home in France, but they were defeated by Benfica Lisbon by 1 goal to 0. And Celtic, yes, Glasgow Celtic, we are defeated at home to almighty Bayern Munich. That was no surprise. Feyenoord, yes, this was surprising. Defeated AC Milan by 1 goal to 0. Why do you think I called it a surprise? Yes, because Santiago Jimenez, who was the striker for Feyenoord, was sold to AC Milan on transfer deadline day. He made sure Feyenoord qualified for this stage of the UCL, and I felt with Jimenez at the 4, AC Milan would definitely get one over Feyenoord. That didn't happen. Feyenoord defeating AC Milan. And this midweek, we're going to see the reverse fixtures. Yes, the reverse fixtures. Milan will be taking on Feyenoord at the San Siro. Bayern Munich will be taking up Celtic. Bayern Munich, remember, defeating Celtic away. I want to believe that Bayern Munich will wrap this one up. Yes, Benfica also defeating Monaco away. I believe Benfica will do justice to this side. Atlanta will be taking on Club Brugge. In Italy, never writes off Atlanta. Yes, they can always pull up a surprise, and I want to believe that Atlanta should be able to qualify over Club Brugge. Borussia Dortmund defeating Sporting CP, remember, in Portugal, 3 goals to 0. I don't see how Sporting CP will come back from this one. Real Madrid, yes, Real Madrid defeating City at the Etihad by 3 goals to 2. The tie is still very much open, but I want to believe that Real Madrid will be too experienced and we'll see this one through. PSV will be taking on Juventus. Juventus has to be wary. They only have a 1-goal advantage. PSV will be a very tricky tie, but Juventus with Thiago Motta should be able to navigate this one freely. PSG will be taking on Brest. I don't know how Brest are going to do this. I see PSG definitely qualifying for the next stage, and that's how it has been from the playoffs of the UCL. Moving over straight to league matches at the weekend in the English Premier League. Remember, we said there were no matches from the EPL, but there were FA Cup games. And yes, in FA Cup games at the weekend, we saw Plymouth Argo defeating Liverpool by 1-0. Yes, that was the biggest surprise of the FA Cup. But then again, that is the magic of the FA Cup. That is what we wanted to see. Plymouth Argo, who are bottom of the championship, defeating Liverpool by 1-0. Aston Villa defeating Spurs by 2-1. Yes, Brighton defeating Chelsea. What is wrong with Chelsea? Only Maresca will be able to tell us what is going on with his lads at the bridge. Yes, Brighton defeating Chelsea by 2-1. Birmingham City defeated by Newcastle 2-3. Yes, Birmingham City put up a fight, but Newcastle, with all their experience and star-studded players, defeating Birmingham City by 3-2. Everton lost at home to Bournemouth by 2-0. Yes, I want to believe that Everton is struggling to climb up the ladder in the EPL. We want to prioritize that over the FA Cup. I don't think they have the bodies to take on all tournaments simultaneously. So I think David Moyes, with his experience, decided to sacrifice the FA Cup. Southampton were defeated by Burnley 1-0. Another team who would love to sacrifice the FA Cup because they want to stay clear of relegation and will prioritize the EPL. Leyton Orient were defeated by Man City 2-1. No surprises there. And Man United defeated Leicester City at Old Trafford by 2-1. But this weekend, we're going to see EPL games coming back live. Yes, Brighton will be taking on Chelsea at home. Will this be a repeat of the weekend, or will this weekend's outcome be a totally different one? Leicester will be taking on Arsenal. Remember, we called Leicester Arsenal, but Leicester's will be having a chance against Arsenal because Arsenal strikers are all dropping like flies. Remember, they have only Leandro Trossard as the only senior striker available to them right now. Liverpool will be taking on Wolves. Yes, Liverpool will be up against Wolves. I want to believe that Liverpool should be able to get one over Wolves. Man City will be taking on Newcastle. That's a very, very big game for Man City because they will have one eye focused on the Champions League. Should they sacrifice the Champions League for this encounter or sacrifice this for the Champions League? Who knows? Let's wait and see what happens this weekend. Tottenham Hotspur will be taking on Man United. Tottenham Hotspur, with all their injury worries, will be up against Manchester United. Will they be able to get a result against United? That remains to be seen. Topping the log in the English Premier League still remains Liverpool on 57 points. Arsenal picking up the rear with 50. Nottingham Forest are third on the log with 47 points. Chelsea are fourth with 43. Man City are on 41 points, and Newcastle are also on 41. Yes, and in the Serie A last weekend, we saw Inter taking on Fiorentina. Inter defeating Fiorentina by 2-1. We did call that game. Venezia were at home to Roma. And yes, Roma defeating Venezia by 1-0. SS Lazio defeating Monza by 5-1. Very good result for Lazio. A very big confidence booster. Hellas Verona were defeated at home to Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta scored all their goals against Verona, forgetting to reserve some for the UCL encounter. Empoli were defeated by AC Milan 2-0. Yes, likewise Atlanta, AC Milan scored both goals against Empoli, could not reserve even one for their Champions League tie. This weekend we're going to see Atlanta taking on Cagliari. Atlanta will have to rest some players against Cagliari, giving Cagliari a chance in this one because Atlanta will need to secure the win against Club Brugge in the Champions League. Lazio will be taking on Napoli. For me, that should be the tie of the round. Napoli, yes, we want to win the Serie A, and if they want to do so, they have to defeat Lazio away. But that will be no mean feat. AC Milan will be up against Hellas Verona. Hellas Verona might have a chance because Milan will be looking to rest one or two key players for their Champions League encounter come midweek. Fiorentina will be taking on Como. Yes, Como are doing big things in Serie A, but will they be enough to give trouble to Fiorentina? That remains to be seen. Parma will be taking on Roma. Yes, Resurgent Roma under Claudio Ranieri, for me, should be able to get a result against Parma. Juve-Inter, the clash of the round. Juve-Inter, Juventus, yes, will be thinking of their Champions League encounter against PSV. So will they go all out, all guns blazing against Inter? Yes, Inter will be licking their lips because they know that for a fact Juve must rest one or two, and this gives them a chance to take all 3 points. Topping the log is Napoli on 55 points. Inter are closely following second with 54 points. Atlanta on 50 points. Lazio 45, Juve 43. Fiorentina 42, and you'll be wondering where almighty AC Milan is. AC Milan is down on 38 points. And in La Liga, we saw Real Madrid taking on Atletico. That game ended 1-1. Yes, fantastic goals from Julian Alvarez and Kylian Mbappe. Sevilla took on Barcelona at home and lost by 4-1. Atletico Bilbao, yes, Atletico Bilbao keep climbing up the ladder. They defeated Girona by 3-0. Real Sociedad defeated Espanyol by 2-1. And this weekend, we're going to see Osasuna taking on Real Madrid. Yes, Real Madrid, one eye still on the Champions League. It is not done and dusted against Man City. Atletico Madrid will be taking on Celta Vigo. Villarreal will be up against Valencia. Espanyol will be taking on Atletico Bilbao. And on Monday, we're going to see Barcelona taking on Rayo Vallecano. The log on the La Liga is very, very closely knitted. Yes, we have Real Madrid on 50 points, Atletico on 49, Barca on 48, and Atletico Bilbao on 44. In League 1, we saw Lyon take on Reims, and Lyon defeating Reims by 4-0. Yes, they blew Reims away 4-0. One of my favorite teams in League 1, Strasbourg. Yes, they played beautiful football under their coach Rezinoa, and they defeated Montpellier by 2-0. Angers lost at home to Marseille, another of my favorite teams. Marseille defeating them by 2-0. Nice defeated Lens by 2-0 as well. And Lille, we are defeated at home by Le Havre 2-1. Remember, PSG defeating Monaco by 4-1. Marseille this weekend will be taking on Saint-Etienne. Monaco will be up against Nantes. Toulouse will be taking on PSG. Reims will be up against Lille. And Lens will be up against Strasbourg. Yes, on the log, definitely. Who else? PSG on 53 points. Marseille following second with 43 points. A 10 points gap to make up. Nice on 37 points. Monaco 37 points. And Lille on 35 points. In the German Bundesliga, yes, last week we saw Leipzig defeating St. Pauli by 2-0. Dortmund lost at home to Stuttgart 2-1. We did say there were going to be goals in that one. Wolfsburg played a goalless draw with Leverkusen. Bayern Munich defeating Werder Bremen by 3-0. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Eintracht Frankfurt played out a 1-1 draw. This week we're going to see Augsburg taking on Leipzig. Bochum will be at home to Dortmund. Leverkusen will be up against Bayern Munich, definitely the top of the round. Eintracht Frankfurt will be up against Aston Kiel. Stuttgart will be taking on Wolfsburg. And on the log, we have Bayern on 54 points, Leverkusen on 46, Eintracht Frankfurt on 39, RB Leipzig on 36, and Stuttgart on 35 points. And lastly, we're going to our final segment. This week from our top 5 from the Big 5. We're starting off with the EPL. Yes, in the EPL, we're going to see Manchester City taking on Newcastle. I believe more than one goal will be scored in that encounter. In the Serie A, we're going to see Juve taking on Inter. Another encounter, I see more than one goal being scored. Inter will come out all guns blazing because they know for a fact that Juventus might not put out a full-strength squad and we want to take all 3 points. La Liga, we're going to see Barcelona taking on Rayo Vallecano. Yes, I want to believe that Barcelona have no midweek engagement, so they should be able to put out a full strength side and defeat Rayo Vallecano. But I'm going with the safe option, one draw, no bets. League 1, we're going to see Marseille. Yes, Olympique de Marseille take on Saint-Etienne. And I want to still go with the safe option of one draw, no bet. Myself, for me, are too good on paper not to defeat Saint-Etienne, but I'm going with the safe bets, one draw, no bet. In the Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen will be taking on Bayern Munich, and that's another game I see more than one goal being scored. Yes, Bayern Munich still has a Champions League encounter to navigate, but I want to believe that they will still put up a fight against Bayer Leverkusen to keep Bayer Leverkusen at bay so that they can win and become new Bundesliga champions. And that's how it has been on your Sports 360. The name remains Marco Sifu, and next week, keep it locked on the same dial. We'll be doing this again, God willing.